Hi, everybody. When nature gets angry, people can only stand and watch in amazement. Today, we will bring you Mother Nature's scary moments. Let's explore now. The majestic storm engulfed New Zealand's South Island, causing the bridge to collapse in a shocking moment.
It was definitely a scary situation for me.
Just in time to leave, Fox 46 reporters witnessed the bridge collapse in the rushing floodwaters in North Carolina. A dramatic moment.
We saw the road collapse, that same road that we were just standing on seconds ago. So thank God that we are.
The scene of the suspension bridge collapsing after the Tinau River flood is a powerful reminder of the impact of nature and the need to prepare for it. The bridge collapsed under the fierce force of floodwaters in Brazil, a dramatic scene of human helplessness before the power of nature.
Mas eu tenho certeza que juntos nós vamos resolver esse problema. E mais uma vez o nosso município se declara. Mas eu tenho certeza que juntos nós vamos resolver esse problema.
The glacial floodwaters of Lake Erie, Erie County, Pennsylvania, are a testament to climate change and its impact on natural ecosystems. When ice and mud combined, they clogged drains and flooded Alexandria's roads, creating an unexpected scene. The fierce storms swept through the Cyclades archipelago on March 31st, creating powerful floods and bringing traffic to a standstill. Oh no! The Texas resident accidentally recorded the moment her bedroom ceiling collapsed on March 27th after heavy rain. The past few days have been chaotic in the Cyclades amid floods, with schools and roads closed. Updated the morning of March 30th, downtown Miami is literally underwater. Cars submerged in floodwaters in Texas. Dramatic scene when nature shows uncontrollable power. Under the impact of Storm Christoph, dozens of sheep were trapped in floods in Wales, but were rescued promptly.
Del Pilcomayo, del Angosto, ahí está Aguascalientes o Aguas Termales. Miren, ahí lo tienen. ¿No ves? Wow.
Hundreds of families were affected as floods hit Bolivia, highlighting the urgency of improving infrastructure.
Bueno, se largó el diluvio en la calle Sagrada Familia y del desvío. Un desastre total. Yo les había dicho que se iba a inundar la calle.
More than 20 residential areas in Cordoba, Argentina had to be evacuated after heavy rain when floods covered the city. It's unbelievable. Heavy rain caused a bridge in Herkimer County, New York, to collapse. A Mustang floats in the rushing floodwaters of Panther, West Virginia, like a boat without brakes. The storm slammed into Honolulu, paralyzing traffic and obscuring visibility, plunging the city into a blanket of fog. After a fierce storm hit Sydney, the train station became a waterfall as torrents of water flooded into surrounding areas. Violent waves from the river crashed into the Nolichucky Dam in Tennessee, causing authorities to worry that the dam may be about to burst. Violent floods swept through New Mexico, leaving an indelible mark. Powerful flooding caused San Antonio streets to turn into rivers, creating a dramatic scene as the rushing water swept everything away. Hurricane Ernesto swept across Puerto Rico, flooding the dam in the east in a breathtaking scene.
Oh my God.
Powerful thunderstorms swept through the Buffalo metropolitan area in western New York, bringing a surprising moment of summer.
My God.
Floods in central Mexico swept away cars, providing a dramatic moment of human helplessness. Galveston was inundated with flooding and strong winds as Hurricane Beryl swept through. After devastating fires, a New Mexico village now faces rising floodwaters, a harsh reminder of the uncontrollable power of nature.
They're coming.
This is an unprecedented flood, with burn marks and riverbank erosion, and the situation can only get worse as nature continues to leave its mark. Water levels rise on Galveston Island as Hurricane Beryl makes landfall on the Texas Gulf Coast.
They never got inside of Charlie's house, though.
The black water dragon of ash from the wildfire took over Ruidoso, New Mexico, blanketing the air. Please quickly move to a safe place. During the massive flood in the mountains of Kyrgyzstan, the spirit of solidarity not only shines hope, but also brings a strong message. A driver was trapped in the storm, but fortunately, he and his dog were safely rescued in the town of Southbury. Aerial footage shows the Rapidan Dam in Minnesota partially breaching, creating a disturbing scene as water spills out. We appreciate each viewer. If you like this video, please show your love with a super thanks. The torrential rains and flooding that hit Sioux Falls, South Dakota, presented the city's wastewater treatment system with an unprecedented challenge. Look, on a flooded street in Omaha, a trash can spins unexpectedly, like a dancer lost in the raging water. Unbelievable. Those were the words that came out as a bolt of lightning tore through the Pittsburgh sky in a sudden storm.
Oh my god. Man, dude, this... It's going in the water. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Fortunately, the truck driver was able to get out of the vehicle in time, which was sinking into floodwaters near Shepherd, Texas.
I want to see if they're going to turn around or if they're going to try it.
Torrential floodwaters caused the female driver from southeast Texas to completely lose direction. This is a reminder of the need to remain vigilant and avoid driving in floodwaters.
So, good news, the girl is okay. She is out of her car, and there are some people walking over to help her right now. So, she is okay. That is the important part. Her car,
Severe flooding has hit West Virginia, submerging cars and roads in water. Strong winds from Storm Arwen have constantly stirred up the water, causing foam to splash in the English coastal town.
Hi, Eddie. What are you doing?
So funny and funny. The heavy rain swept through New Orleans in a fierce storm, making everyone feel lost in a giant thunderous sound party. The intense flood turned a building into a mobile raft, floating on the Tittabawassee River after dams in Michigan broke.
Oh, wow. That's not how
I think I don't know if I want to be on the bridge.
The rushing river in northeastern Mexico hosted a surprise visit to the road, engulfing it in a fierce wave. The stream in Tennessee is no longer gentle, but becomes a rage that sweeps everything into the water.
Isang ka na nawa. Ah!
哦，很走山的呢。左边呢？左边呢？
Papa sa sabi mo.
The terrible landslide rocked the town of Layi, sweeping away everything in its path. The power of nature is truly irresistible. A stream of mud swept through a steakhouse restaurant in Southern California, completely changing the surrounding landscape. Sparks flared amid the rain when a large tree trunk fell, touching power lines. A stunning moment in the middle of a fierce thunderstorm near Seattle. Goleta's beachfront apartments fell silent after an emergency evacuation as erosion progressed. Oh my God! Floods of mud covered miles of roads in Yucaipa, creating a wall of mud that blocked travel. When the soil is eroded by storms, large trees lose their support and can fall at any time. Be very careful when moving. The giant cliff suddenly collapsed after heavy rain, pushing blocks of rock and soil down behind the residential area at Berry Hill Quarry.
Yeah, God, you're talking about sunshine. Wow.
A torrent of rock and soil poured down from Trabuco Canyon, sweeping everything in its path after heavy rain. Hope everyone is safe. The landslide happened so quickly that the school building in Tak could not stand. This is a typical example of the serious impact of prolonged heavy rain. The rock slide that occurred in a mountainous area in Colorado is one of those unexpected changes. It has disrupted many major transportation routes. The parking lot of a supermarket in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, also experienced a similar incident when large amounts of rock and soil suddenly took over. Oh gosh. Please leave number 1 in the comments if you are as surprised by the transformation of the mountains and forests as I am.
So cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Whoa.
I just looked up and saw the whole hillside in Papamoa Hills begin to move. Soil and rocks poured down like a waterfall. It was overwhelming, and I couldn't believe my eyes.
Whoa. I wasn't so cool.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Oh, man. Get this
Whoa.
on video. This is going to be good.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Huge rocks suddenly separated from the Dolomites cliffs. The ground shook. Dust flew. A scene I will never forget. Fortunately, people were able to evacuate before the rockslide changed the appearance of 5 consecutive houses' peace.
No hay nadie, señor. No hay nadie en esta. Meu Deus, mãe, caindo muito ali embaixo, mãe. Meu Deus.
Petropolis, an ancient city on a Brazilian mountainside, was covered with mud. What an unforgettable sight.
Meu Deus do céu. Meu Deus do céu. Meu Deus do céu, gente.
What's that cold, man?
In the rushing flood waters, the bridge that once connected the 2 banks of New Zealand was swept away like a toy. Power beyond my imagination. The rockslide at Zion National Park is a reminder that even popular tourist destinations can hide surprises.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you totally jinxed us. You knew that was gonna happen.
Cameras captured the moment a cliff collapsed at Petite Dalle. Normandy, a stark reminder that nature is unpredictable.
Whoa.
Just seconds after their car passed, a landslide roared down the road in Helene. That horrifying moment was fully recorded.
Oh my god.
The phenomenon of falling rocks at Kerry Beach is the result of a long-term erosion process. Immediate beach closure is necessary. Buffalo in the winter is already harsh. But the moment the giant block of ice stuck to the bridge was like a warning from the cold nature.
God. What the? It's a Hellman ice block.
A moment full of surprises and sublimation. Nature transforms right before the cameras of local people in Virgin, Utah. A building in Tijuana collapsed after a severe landslide in Mexico, highlighting the dangers of building near unstable slopes.
Oh, it's going.
2 houses in Draper, Utah collapsed spectacularly. A stunning sight where both architecture and hope slide downhill.
Wow.
What?
I never thought a road could collapse right under my feet. Luckily, the workers are safe.
Oh.
The Mont Blanc Massif always poses a risk of landslides, especially in summer when the ice melts. Luckily, the climbing group kept a safe distance.
Looks like it came from the top, right? Holy. Let's get it. Barno! Barno!
The giant rock that slid down and blocked a highway in California was treated with a controlled explosion method. Placer County, California, was able to reopen a frozen road 4 days after the landslide, thanks to cleanup efforts by rescue crews. Help us continue to share memorable moments. A super thanks would be a great encouragement. An embankment in Paintsville, Kentucky suddenly collapsed, taking vehicles with it in an instant. The horrifying scene was clearly recorded.
The whole thing's going right now.
The mudslide in Siskiyou County shut down the entire highway, creating a scene of devastation. But fortunately, no one was injured. Within days of the landslide, buildings in the southern Italian town completely collapsed. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake triggered a powerful landslide in Gilgit-Baltistan, sending rocks and soil rolling down the historic suspension bridge area. Oh gosh! The combination of earthquakes and landslides has left Ranao in a state of emergency. Kamloops has been hit by a massive rock slide, causing the main road to be blocked. The unbelievable scene was recorded from a dash cam when the building in New Orleans collapsed, causing everything around to change in the blink of an eye. The third Rodanthe house had suddenly collapsed into the ocean, as if swept away by the unstoppable force of the sea. In the heart of Tunisia's town, an abandoned building suddenly partially collapsed, creating a dramatic scene. A section of California Street partially collapsed, causing authorities to close the area, as if this famous avenue was on a break. Oh my God. Structure of the overhead bridge in Bangkok is an issue that needs to be reconsidered. A powerful storm in California eroded an embankment, sending the RV into the river in a dramatic moment. A fierce storm in California washed away part of a road in Pescadero, causing the road surface to completely collapse. An aerial shot captured the moment a landslide sent rocks and debris crashing down from the mountain into the lake, creating a mysterious scene. Capybara colonies have transformed the upscale suburbs of Buenos Aires into a new land, making residents curious. The upside-down house in Colombia not only surprises visitors, but also challenges the eye, creating an optical illusion that makes everyone ponder. Even amid the rubble, the light of hope still glimmers. The rescue team escaped safely after the collapse of the building's facade in Manhattan. An apartment building collapsed in a violent earthquake, leaving a scene of chaos. Hopefully everyone is safe. The video captured the dramatic scene as the seawall collapsed, while rescue teams quickly took measures to protect the building. A giant rock blocking the road in Washington was successfully removed by the authorities, helping traffic return to normal after the incident. The Twin Towers collapsed in a spectacular display of controlled destruction, creating a swarm suffering dust. The giant covered the sky. The symbol of rural Illinois fell silently in a cloud of dust, each crackling sound like a farewell to a fading era. The sandstorm swept up a thick layer of dust, and suddenly, part of the building collapsed, leaving behind an indescribable scene of chaos. This hotel disappeared in an unbelievable way, sinking into floodwaters in the blink of an eye. When the flood swept through the suburbs of Sydney, the ceiling of the supermarket suddenly collapsed, causing the entire shopping area to fall into chaos. The tornado tore through Krakow, sweeping away everything in its path, creating a chaotic scene with flying objects. A giant cliff 200 feet long crashed into Lake Superior, creating a thunderous roar and surging waves. Don't miss this video. Admire dramatic moments and witness the breathtaking chaos that nature brings. After a dazzling fireworks show, the Tropicana Casino Hotel in Las Vegas collapsed in a controlled demolition, closing an impressive chapter of history. An unforgettable moment. The old I-74 bridge in Bettendorf has officially gone in scheduled demolition. In the middle of crowded streets, a fire hydrant in Asheville, North Carolina suddenly demonstrated the ability to clean the streets in a way that no one had ever thought of. The controlled demolition of the Oroville Dam marks the beginning of a major rehabilitation process. If you are also impressed by this scene, don't forget to drop a like. An emotional moment. The community of Marble Falls, Texas, anxiously awaited the moment the historic bridge collapsed in an emotional demolition. A nostalgic farewell. Rose Towers slowly fell, leaving unforgettable memories before the eyes of hundreds of witnesses. Like an exhausted warrior before the power of nature, the wind turbine in northern Germany could not withstand the fierce storm. Called the treasure of the ocean, the sparkling sea salp appears on a paddleboarder's exciting journey off Dana Point. Like meticulous artisans of the sea, tiny sea urchins are being nurtured, helping the ocean revive. It's impossible not to love. The energetic white parrot joined in a fun dance with the staff at the Turkey Veterinary Hospital. Oh my God! Nature was surprised when it removed the TV in a dramatic way. The homeowner will definitely never forget. Look! A construction site in Salt Lake City suddenly lit up with electric sparks when strong shaking caused electric poles to collapse. Luckily, everyone is safe. Glacier landslides in Alaska shocked tourists, as if nature was rising up and asserting its absolute power. Can you guess how they took down this giant? A meticulous and precise strategy down to every detail. The strange moment when the space apartment complex in Medellin collapsed attracted the attention of the crowd, while emphasizing the importance of ensuring safety in construction. Artistic surfing performances truly deserve to be recorded, but for athletes, safety is always the top priority. Portage Glacier in Alaska roared as a giant block of ice cracked and collapsed in the blink of an eye. Luckily, no one was injured. Oh my God! Nature did not hesitate to drag houses along the Mendenhall River in Juneau, Alaska into the landslide. Can't take my eyes off. It's not a waterfall. It's a sudden icefall crashing down in Patagonia. Thick layers of ice on the Tom River in Kemerovo, East Novosibirsk, were broken spectacularly with resounding explosions. Oh my God! A warehouse was torn apart in an instant. This was certainly a clear warning about the dangers of storing gasoline. Impressive. The house created a mini avalanche when it decided to free itself from its thick snow cloak. A large block of rock suddenly spilled onto the highway in Wellington, New Zealand, forcing the entire route to stop traffic. The coast is now like a mysterious crystal kingdom, sparkling under the bright sun. Like a miracle, a brilliant double rainbow emerges after the storm, making us excited and excited is proof of the magic of nature. Roofs in Truckee. California must have breathed a sigh of relief when the giant block of snow and ice was finally removed. What a welcome liberation. The intersection of sand and snow on a Long Island beach creates a rare sight. Tallahassee suddenly became a stage of light, with lightning dancing in the sky like a performance of nature. Strong winds rushed through South Carolina like an irresistible force of nature, and the door camera captured this breathtaking moment. In the cold weather of Texas, a broken power line caused a sudden fire that broke out amid the white snow cover. What a strange scene. The bulldog suddenly slipped while walking on an icy sidewalk in suburban Dallas, creating a moment that was both funny and adorable. The Texas yard turned into a smooth carpet of ice as ice and sleet continued to fall in the bitter cold. Both the group of orca whales and the group of Girl Gang ships swam side by side for 5 hours straight in Mexico, creating a wonderful and surprising scene. Wow! Dolphins and sea lions rush through schools of fish in Southern California, creating a majestic and vibrant scene in the middle of the ocean. Amazing scene off the coast of Dana Point, California, as dolphins and birds become talented hunters. Albino pygmy killer whales swam by under the water in Hawaii, leaving a group of whale watchers unable to believe their eyes. The sea lion tossed and turned in the lake, creating a wonderful performance, making visitors at the zoo admire and laugh with delight. A group of gray whales splashed in the water off Rancho Palos Verdes, California, in an amazing sight captured from the air. Waves of fish washed ashore in Brazoria County, Texas, as if the ocean was sending back a strange gift to the beach. Bondi Beach in Sydney is covered with giant waves, as if the ocean is playing with the sand in a vibrant dance. Thick storm clouds approached Pensacola, turning the sky gloomy, as if preparing for a powerful meeting between heaven and earth. Thick storm clouds advanced toward eastern Illinois, creating a tense scene as the sky darkened before the storm. Time-lapse captures the rain passing through central Wyoming, like a constantly changing picture. In a mysterious moment, storm clouds appeared in the Texas sky, like giant waves playing with space. Lightning flashed, awakening the clouds in a strong storm, like an amazing light competition in the sky. Waves pounded the Pacifica Bridge amid high surf warnings, bringing the space to life as if the ocean was displaying its absolute power. Sudden floods blanketed the Cyclades Islands, closing schools and blocking roads. No one would have guessed it. The intense mud flood that crashed into the Waterwheel Falls area turned it into a completely different scene. The unforgettable moment was recorded by camera when the capital of Ecuador was suddenly covered by a thick layer of mud, creating a surprising picture of nature. Powerful floodwaters carried huge debris in Chamoisen, Switzerland, as if nature had burst into fierce anger. The furious flood has completely taken over the Austin area, covering every corner and turning the city into an unrecognizable sea of water. The sudden flow of mud has locked the intersection between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. Floods kept pouring in, washing away houses when Storm Rai hit, causing everything around to feel like it was submerged in a storm wave. The heavy rain, as if without warning, swept away houses in Sierra Leone, turning the entire area into a vast ocean. Heavy rains submerged Penn Square Mall in 8 inches of water, turning the shopping area into a temporary lake. Torrential rain in northern Arizona caused amid fierce floodwaters in Waterloo, Iowa. A deer was suddenly caught up in nature's fury, but was rescued in time. Everything in its path. Like an invisible subway train, the raging floodwaters roared into Montecito, California, sweeping away everything in its path. Severe thunderstorms hit southern Utah, bringing powerful flash floods that completely changed the landscape. Powerful flash flooding washed away a stretch of Interstate 10 near the California-Arizona border, disrupting traffic and creating an unbelievable scene. A rural road in Forbes, New South Wales, suddenly became a passage for fish when the river overflowed its banks. Under the force of Storm Dudley, the waves crashed in Weston-super-Mare, as if the ocean was challenging the coast in a surprise display. Strong winds whip through Miami Airport as Tropical Storm Elsa nears, as if the skies were preparing for a surprise encounter with the city. A baby elephant trapped in deep water in Kenya has been miraculously rescued. The current sweeps two men into an unlikely adventure when they are suddenly transported into a crocodile habitat. Luckily, they were safe. Look, floodwaters in Venezuela suddenly turned the car into a mobile boat, swept away on the rising water surface. Floodwaters erupted from parking lot culverts like a massive wave as the atmospheric river lashed Southern California, bringing heavy rains and flooding. Your support means a lot. If you love these moments, please send a super thanks. New Yorkers gawked at the giant double rainbow over Hell's Kitchen.
Know just what to do.